She texted, "Can't make it tonight." I just said, "Sure." That night, I ordered dinner for two to her ex's apartment, paid in my name. The look on her face when she opened the door to the delivery guy reading my name off the bag was worth every dollar. When you've been with someone for 4 years, you stop thinking of lies as knives. They become paper cuts. Small, explainable, easy to overlook. Traffic was bad. Phone died. Didn't see your message. It's never one cut that gets you. It's the thousand that follow. Her name was Maya. We met at a friend's New Year's party, both of us pretending to hate small talk, but staying near the snack table for an hour. She was bright, magnetic, and funny in that way people are when they know everyone's watching. And me? I was just stable. A project manager with a predictable life and a mortgage I was proud of. At first, she said that's what she loved about me. "You're my calm," she told me once, tracing her finger around the rim of a wine glass. Except over time, calm started meaning boring. She craved adrenaline the way I craved peace. New hobbies every month. New friends. New social circles. I used to joke that she collected personalities the way some people collected sneakers. Wore them until they didn't fit her image anymore. Still, I stayed. Because stability doesn't quit easily. Things started to shift around the end of year 3. She started spending more time at the gym. Then it became after gym drinks. Then, just hanging out with people from the gym. That phrase, "people from the gym," should have been my warning sign. It's vague enough to hide anything. One night, she came home late, hair damp, smelling faintly of a cologne that wasn't mine. When I asked, she laughed, actually laughed. "Oh my God, you think I'm cheating? That's pathetic." I dropped it. Not because I believed her, but because I didn't want to become the man who checked phone logs or stalked GPS pings. Trust shouldn't feel like surveillance. At least, that's what I kept telling myself. The night everything changed was a Wednesday. We had dinner plans, nothing fancy, just Thai takeout and a Netflix show we both pretended to like. I'd left work early, cleaned up, even bought that ridiculous dessert she liked from the bakery near her office. At 6:47 p.m., my phone buzzed. "Maya, can't make it tonight. Sorry. Work thing. Rain check." That was it. No emoji. No heart. No love you. Just clinical efficiency. The tone of someone canceling a dentist appointment. For a while, I just sat there on the couch, staring at the message. Something about the way she'd said, "work thing," felt rehearsed. Like she'd used that phrase before, just not with me. Then, curiosity turned into instinct. And instinct turned into decision. I wasn't going to yell. I wasn't going to accuse. I was going to confirm. Quietly. Logically. A week earlier, she'd mentioned that her ex, Eli, had moved into a new apartment on the east side. She'd said it casually, like it was just trivia, but I'd remembered the cross streets. So I opened my phone, pulled up DoorDash, and ordered her usual. Pad Thai, green curry, and a mango sticky rice, 2 sets of utensils. Delivery address, Eli's apartment. Name on the order, mine. When the driver was 3 minutes away, I texted her back. "Me. Sure. No problem. Hope your work thing goes well." Then I sat back on the couch, turned the sound off on my phone, and waited. It took exactly 21 minutes. The delivery app showed delivered, and not even 60 seconds later, my phone lit up. "Maya, what the hell did you do?" I didn't reply. "Maya, you sent food to Eli's place? Are you out of your mind?" Still nothing. "Maya, you're so FING manipulative. You embarrassed me." At that, I almost laughed. Embarrassed her. As if the problem wasn't where she'd been, but that she'd been caught while eating dinner I paid for. I locked the screen, stood up, and poured myself a drink. My hands weren't shaking. My heart wasn't racing. There was just this strange, quiet satisfaction. Not anger, not revenge, just clarity. For the first time in months, I felt completely awake. Maya called me 8 times that night. I didn't answer. By the ninth, she stopped. Silence. Finally. And for a few hours, I thought that was the end of it. The next morning, I woke up to a long, perfectly curated text. The kind of message you could tell had been rewritten a dozen times before hitting send. "Maya, I can't believe you'd do something so childish. I wasn't at Eli's. He asked me to pick something up he left at my office. You've completely violated my trust. This is exactly why we've been having issues. You're paranoid." There it was, the classic reversal. Every manipulator's favorite trick. Turn exposure into an accusation. I stared at the text for a minute, then put the phone down. I didn't respond. Because at that point, I realized something. You can't reason someone out of a lie they built to live in. That weekend, she came home like nothing had happened. Wearing her, I'm the adult here face, calm, collected, even a little superior. Are we going to talk about your little stunt? She asked, dropping her gym bag near the door. Sure, I said. She raised an eyebrow, like she'd expected resistance. Then talk. I set my drink down and met her eyes. You lied about where you were. I confirmed it. That's all. She laughed, one short, cold exhale. You think I was there? You're so obsessed with being right you can't even see how insane this is. Maya, I said evenly, I saw your location. That stopped her. She blinked. What? Your phone's Find My setting, still shared with me from when you lost it last year. You were at Eli's apartment for 3 hours. She froze, then scoffed, as if that was beneath response. You were tracking me? I shook my head. No. I was ignoring you until the app pinged because you left Bluetooth on. It did the rest. For a moment, she said nothing. Then, so you spied on me, humiliated me, and sent food just to what? Prove a point? I didn't send food to humiliate you, I said quietly. I did it to make sure I wasn't crazy. She went silent. Her face didn't twist into guilt. It hardened into control. Because for people like her, being wrong isn't painful. It's irrelevant. Finally, she muttered, You're sick. Then she walked upstairs. The next morning, she was gone. No goodbye, no text. Just a note on the counter that read, I need space. Don't contact me. This isn't working. There was no anger in me, just relief. I started cleaning, not as some symbolic act, but because I finally could. I took the framed photos down, packed her things into boxes, and called my lawyer friend, Evan, for advice. He laughed softly when I told him what happened. Document everything, he said. Text threads, delivery receipts, the shared location. If she tries to spin a story, you'll want a clean paper trail. He was right. I spent that evening compiling everything, screenshots, call logs, timestamps. Not because I wanted revenge, but because I was tired of rewriting the truth to protect someone else's image. 3 days later, Maya came back, not to apologize, but to reclaim control. She walked in like a hurricane in perfume. I've had time to think, she started, tone rehearsed. You need to take responsibility for your part in this. You've been emotionally unavailable for months. It was almost impressive how she could turn betrayal into therapy talk. I didn't interrupt. I just recorded the entire conversation on my phone, discreetly, sitting on the counter behind me. When she finally paused for breath, I said, You don't live here anymore. She blinked, laughed, a dry, incredulous sound. You think you can just kick me out? You left, I said. That was your note. I'm honoring it. Her eyes darted around the room, probably noticing the boxes, the missing photos, the emptiness where her chaos used to live. This isn't over, she hissed. You'll regret treating me like this. I already did, I said, and opened the door. She stood there for a moment, like she expected me to beg. When I didn't, she grabbed her bag and left without another word. 2 weeks later, Evan called again. You're not going to believe this, he said. She tried filing a domestic partnership claim. My stomach sank, but he kept talking. She's claiming you financially supported her and that she deserves compensation. But, he chuckled, she submitted screenshots of your own receipts, including the delivery one with your name on it, as proof you were controlling. The same receipts that show her location and timestamped messages about the lie. It was poetic. She'd handed in her own confession, dressed up as evidence. The claim was dismissed almost instantly. After that, she disappeared from my radar completely. No messages, no social media posts, nothing. It felt anticlimactic, almost. Like the final scene of a movie that ends mid-sentence. No explosion, no chase, just silence. But silence, I've learned, is underrated. Final update point 6 months passed. No calls, no texts, no sightings, just quiet. The kind of peace that used to feel foreign to me. I'd moved into a new apartment overlooking the river, started running again, cooking for one, even sleeping through the night without waking to the hum of someone else's drama. Then one morning, I saw her name flash across my screen. Maya, hey, I just wanted to apologize. For everything. I stared at it for a long time. It was short, almost too short for someone who once wrote essays defending her lies. Part of me thought maybe this was growth. Another part knew it was probably another performance, a different costume, same play. Before I could decide whether to reply, a second text came in. Maya, I've been doing therapy. I know I hurt you. I just hope we can talk, even if it's just for closure. Closure. That word people use when they really mean access. I didn't reply, but I'll admit, curiosity is a powerful drug. A few days later, I saw her by accident. Downtown cafe, window seat, stirring her coffee like she was waiting for someone. She looked smaller somehow. Not physically, just quieter. She saw me before I could leave. Her hand froze mid-stir. Then she smiled, soft, rehearsed, cautious. I walked in, not because I wanted her back, but because I wanted to see what version of her would show up this time. Hey, she said, standing. You look good. Thanks, I said. You too. There was a pause, the kind you can almost hear echo. I wanted to say sorry in person, she started. I was angry, lost. I thought if I could control everything, I wouldn't get hurt again. But I ended up hurting the only person who really cared about me. It was a perfect confession, just vague enough to sound sincere, just emotional enough to tug at old wounds. But I'd done enough healing to recognize the pattern, not guilt, but guilt management. I nodded slowly. I appreciate you saying that. She smiled, almost in relief. Maybe we could. No, I said gently. We can't. Her smile faltered. I'm not asking to start over. I just miss you. I know, I said. But that's not the same as missing us. She didn't reply, just stared down at her cup. I paid for my coffee, wished her luck, and left. That night, I got another message from her. Maya, you're really done, huh? I didn't answer. The next morning, she blocked me. I didn't chase. Because real closure isn't a conversation. It's the absence of one. And for the first time in a long time, that silence didn't feel empty. It felt earned.